I am your host, Nazi, and thank you for joining us this morning. Yesterday, we spoke about illegal foreigners, and the topic was heated. And this morning, I want us to talk about the relationships, dating an undocumented foreigner or immigrant. Is it lawful? Is it lawful for you to be in a relationship, a romantic relationship with an illegal, undocumented foreigner? What is the situation here? If somebody is in the country illegally, if somebody is in the country illegally, is it okay for the national or the citizen of that country to be in a relationship with that person? In other words, if we are saying that illegally in the country, they're not in the country lawfully, and we know that this brother, this sister is not in the country lawfully, can I then go and have a relationship with that person? Can I then go and date that person or even marry that person? Is it lawful for me to do so? What is it that I should do when I discover that this person is from outside South Africa and this person is in the country illegally? What must I do? Do I report them to the law enforcement? Do I take them to the nearest police station? Do I tell them to go back home and get their papers in order? Or I continue exploring a romantic relationship with this person? That is our topic for the day. I don't know what your take is, but before we go any further, please subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed to the channel. We want to understand how far do we take this legal and illegal immigration or migrants. How far do we take it? How far does it go? Because a lot of people are having children, a lot of people are having relationships with these foreigners all over the country. It is happening in UK, it's happening in America, it's happening all over the world. It's happening. You have illegal foreigners or migrants coming to the country, and you find a brother being attracted to this sister who's from another country, illegally so in that country, and they are in a relationship. Some, they even have babies together. If you, the law of the country or the law of the nation says, when you are in the country without following the right channels, you are there illegally. Is it legally then for you to be in a romantic relationship with that brother or that sister? What should you do as soon as you discover that the person you are in love with, the person who is making advancements towards you, the person who's proposing you discover that they're from another nation and they're in your country illegally? What do you do? Do you stop pursuing them if you're a man? Do you stop pursuing her? If you're a woman, do you then reject him because he's from another country and is in your country illegally? What do you do? Do you report them to the nearest police? Do you report them to the law enforcement? What do you do? Do you continue with the relationship? Do you continue pursuing her? Do you continue giving her your attention as a woman? What must you do in that event? Because truth is, not every illegal foreigner is a bad, right? Not all. There are some who are good, decent, clean, loving, kind, and all that. And some of our brothers are attracted to the sisters from other countries, and some of our sisters are attracted to some brothers from the other countries. So the question is, in discovering that they are in the country illegally, what should be your reaction? What should be your reaction? Do you dump them? Do you report them to the authorities? Here is a person you love. Here's a person you are in a relationship with. Yeah, you are pregnant with their child. Yeah, you have impregnated them. What do you do? Ryan Rogers, welcome, brother. Ryan Rogers says, have Bible study at the detention center. Dennis says, Arsenal are going to win the league. Yo. All right. We will hope so. We hope so. Let them take the league. All right. So what do we do? What do we do? You are in a relationship with an illegal person. Before the relationship began, you knew they are foreigner, but you did not know that they're illegally. Some you know from the start that this person is a foreigner and this person has no papers. What do? Whether it's UK, it doesn't matter which place under the sun, whether it is in Asia, whether all over the world, because we know that each and every state, each and every country, each and every nation has the rule of law. And almost in all countries, illegal foreigners are violating the law of the country or the law of the state. There is no country under the sun that allows illegal foreigners. There's no country in Africa that allows illegal foreigners. There's no country in America, no state in America that allows illegal foreigners. In Asia, same thing. In the Middle East, same thing. That is why there's deportation, okay? That's why there's repatriation, okay? Because no illegal person should be found in any country, all right? Because you don't know the purpose of this person to be in your country illegally. You are not sure whether they belong to some ISIS group. You are not sure whether they belong to some Boko Haram group. You don't know whether they belong to Al Qaeda. You don't know whether they're terrorists. You don't know anything about this person, because as long as a person is illegally in the country, you are not sure about their true intentions. The fact that they don't have identity, the fact that you don't know who they are, and they have no papers, it tells you that they may be anything. They may be a good person. They may be an unfortunate good person. They may be a bad person. They may be a murderer. They may be a dangerous person. But here you are now. You are in love with this immigrant. You are in love with this foreigner who has no documentation. What do? You love them. They love you. You are in love. What do? Upon learning that they're in the country illegally, what do? Do you dump them? What do? You are pregnant with their child. What do? You have impregnated her. What do? Do you report them? Or do you advise them to go back home and get papers? What do? Because this is reality. This is what is happening. Even in South Africa, yeah, this is happening in South Africa. A lot of these Somalians, a lot of these Nigerians, a lot of Zimbabwean, a lot of Mozambicans, a lot of people from Swaziland, they have babies with our South African sisters. And our brothers, they have babies with our Zimbabwean sisters, Mozambican sisters, Nigerian. I'm not sure about Nigerians, but I've never seen a South African man with a Nigerian babe. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. So I'm not, but I know of the Mozambicans, we live with them. I know of the Zimbabweans, we live with them. I know of the Swaziland people, we live with them. Botswana. In fact, Swaziland and Botswana, I'll excuse them, because Swaziland and Botswana, they're just inside South Africa. So there's no difference between a person from Swaziland and South Africa. We even speak the same languages. I think there's no difference there. So we cannot compare that because they're within South Africa. But that's a case I'm bringing to you. What do you do when you learn that your bae, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, it's an illegal immigrant, it's an illegal foreigner? Do you report them or you hide them? Do you report them or you hide them? Because some, they come into the country, the first thing they want is to find a woman whom they will be in a relationship with, and they will manipulate the woman to marry them in order to get the country's identity. Some, they come, immediately they come, they're looking for a husband, they're looking for a man to marry in the country so that they can have citizenship of this country. So a lot of our sisters and a lot of our brothers, they're being taken advantage of, because these foreigners, when they come, they study the laws of the country. They study the requirements for them to have citizenship in South Africa. And one of the ways you can have citizenship in South Africa, it is through marriage. Okay, if a sister from Botswana, a sister from from Niger or Burkina Faso comes to South Africa and she wants citizenship, she can get citizenship through marriage. Okay, if a brother wants citizenship in South Africa, that brother can get citizenship through marriage. Marriage is one of the easiest ways for you to get citizenship in South Africa. That is why most Somalians are married to our sisters, home affairs, married, and they have citizenship. All right, a lot of Ethiopians married, home affairs, they have citizenship. There was a time where there was identity theft. All right, many people discovered that they were married, and when they look at whom are they married to, you find that it's Nigerians, you find that it's Ethiopians, you find that it's Somalians. So they are very active when it comes to marriage. They know that it's one of the ways in which they can get citizenship in South Africa. And that is why this issue of foreigners, if you look at it, it is broader, it is deeper, it's wider than just saying we don't want them here in the country. It's deeper than that, because some of our sisters are already in love with these people. Some of our sisters are already having kids with these people. Some of our brothers are having babies with these people from outside. So when you say they must go, remember this one, he's going, but he's leaving his 4 kids here. And who's supposed to take the 4 kids here? It's your sister, all right? Your sister who was in love with this Nigerian. This Nigerian has given your sister 4 babies. This Somalian has given your sister 3 babies. This Zimbabwean has given your sister 4 babies. Now, when you chase the Zimbabwean man, your sister is left alone to raise this child. She doesn't work. She doesn't have a business. She does not own anything. So as we are calling, as you are calling for them to leave the country, as you are calling for them to leave the country, think about the damage that some of your own brothers and some of your own sisters will suffer because of this. All right? And this is reality. And remember, we are not defending foreigners. We are not defending foreigners. Remember, we state the law that according to the law of the country, according to the law, if you are in the country without documentation, without a visa, without a permit, you are in the country illegally. We know that that is law. We cannot change it. It has nothing to do with our feelings, nothing to do with our preferences, nothing to do with our liking. If you are in a country without proper authority, proper documentation, visa, permit, you are in the country illegally. But having said that, now here's a person, he's in the country illegally, already has 4 babies with 1 lady. And now we are saying you must go. And we're deporting this man who was feeding this lady and the 4 babies. Now that the man is deported, now that the man has been sent away, who is going to take care of this lady and her 4 children? Who will be supporting this lady and 4 children? Lutando 13, welcome. Lutando says they won't suffer. They must go live with their, they won't suffer. They must go live with their in-laws. All right, okay. So Lutando says the lady must pack her bags and go to her in-laws. I mean, Layo, welcome, brother. So Lutando, you are saying the fact that she chose an illegal foreigner to be a partner, to be a husband, whatever consequences that follow, she must take them. She must go with the man, with their 4 kids, into Nigeria or into Mozambique or into Swaziland. That's what you're saying, Lutando. All right. Lutando says it should not be our problem to worry about. She's the one who chose to marry a foreigner. She's the one who chose to marry an illegal foreigner. Should these illegal foreigners be chased away, the lady who has babies, who has children with the illegal foreigner must pack the bags together with the husband and they must go. That's what Lutando is saying. Layo, brother. Lutando says, yes, the in-laws need her. All right. No, I understand you. So we should not worry about that. In other words, Lutando is simply saying we should not make it a case. We should not make it our problems that this lady who has 4 babies by a foreign national, the responsibility to raise her babies should not be our burden, should not be our problem. She chose to marry an illegal foreigner. In other words, had she not married the illegal foreigner, she will not be in this position. But here's the thing I'm saying. If you see that this person is an illegal foreigner, should you pursue a relationship with them? Should you continue having a relationship with them? Should you have a romantic relationship with them, or should you report them to the police? Isn't it? Being illegal in the country, it's a crime. So if I discover that this person is in the country illegally, do I continue having a relationship with them, or I report them for being in the country illegally? What must I do? What must I do? Do I report them to the authorities, or I continue having relationship with them? What is it that I must do? Because most of the time, these brothers, when they come to South Africa, they have small business that they're running. Our sisters are poor. Our sisters love money. Our sisters love, things. And because these gentlemen, they've got money, then they end up getting our sisters, all right? The most victims, Vele, are our sisters. Jack Groove, okay, Jack Groove, you are correct. He says, Africa for Africans, divided we will fall. Yeah, I understand Africa for Africans. Here's the thing that we need to realize, Jack Groove. Jack Groove, we need to realize that each and every African country has laws, has immigration laws, okay? Each and every African country has laws, immigration laws. Violation of those immigration laws, it's a crime. In Nigeria, Nigeria has a law that no illegal person, no one should enter Nigeria illegally. It's a law in Nigeria. In Nigeria, if you come in that country, you enter that country illegally, you are arrested. And after your arrest, you are profiled. After discovering who you are, where you come from, they send you back to your country of origin. If a Nigerian assists somebody to enter Nigeria illegally, that Nigerian will be arrested for breaking the law. The person they assisted to enter the country illegally will be deported, but that Nigerian will be sent into prison. That is the law in Nigeria. So it goes for all African countries. There are immigration laws that controls who enters the country illegally, and they are punished for entering the country illegally. As much as Africa is for Africans, each and every African country has immigration laws. When you violate them, you still remain an African, but is an African that has broken the African law, the state, the law of the state. So when we say you are a foreigner, the word foreigner, we explained yesterday that it simply means somebody who is not from that country. If I go to Malawi, I'm a foreigner in Malawi, but I am still African. Being a foreigner, being called a foreigner, it does not make you less African, all right? Being a foreigner, it does not make you less African. You are still African as you can be, but you are in another country. You are not in the country of your origin. You have visited another country, and in that country, you are a foreigner, but still African, all right? So your Africanism cannot be taken away. Even when you go to Europe, even when you go to Asia, wherever you go, you remain African, but there is law that determines whether you are illegal in the country or not. Africa is a continent, bro. Yes, Africa is a continent. Africa is a continent with countries, okay? So in Africa, I will understand that. You see, in Africa, we don't have an African visa that allows you to enter any country. There's no such a law that as long you're in Africa, you can go to any country. There's no such a law. If there was such a law that all Africans can move freely to any African country, then that law would have done away with illegal foreigners illegal migrants. You understand that? But as we speak, you and I, there is no such a law in Africa. Even the African Union, brothers and sisters, even the African Union does not have such a law that any African can travel freely to any country, to any African country, without documentation, without papers. Even the African Union supports that each and every country in Africa has immigration laws, and those immigration laws must be protected. And the reason for the immigration laws, all right, and the reason for the, let me take Lio. Lio says Africa is a continent, bro. Chinese won't allow Indians in without visa. Exactly, exactly. Jack Groove says One Africa United. That is a dream, Jack Groove. That is a dream, Jack Groove. One Africa United. We don't have a united Africa at the moment. We don't have UA at the moment. We don't have a united Africa. There's no UA at this point, okay? We don't have it. And since we don't have it, we have the laws that we have today. And our focus is on the laws that we have today, not something that does not exist. Because it won't assist us to talk about something that doesn't exist. Let's talk about the laws which exist and the laws which are affecting us right now, today. All right, Lio says Africa has the same race though, unlike Asia. Yeah, Africa has the same. In fact, when you go further up there, Morocco and Algeria, those Ethiopia, those people, they even claim not to be Africans. The Moroccans, they don't claim to be. They say they're not Africans because they, you know, you understand that. So Africa is not united as we speak today. And therefore, we cannot hide behind Africa must be united. Today, Africa is not united. Today, if you want to travel to any African state, any African country, you need documentation, you need papers. And again, I ask a question. When you are in a relationship, when you are in a romantic relationship with a foreigner whom you know is in the country illegally, what must you do? You are in a relationship with an illegal foreigner. You are in a relationship with an illegal immigrant. What do you do? Do you report them to the police? Do you take them to the police? Do you report them to the officials? Do you end the relationship? Do you dump them? Do you leave them? What do you do? What do you do? Casey says, don't test me with poverty. Say, I'm a good woman. All right, Casey, I'm a good woman. Oh, I don't know who tests you with poverty. All right, who tests you? Casey, who's testing you with poverty? And let me take this time and welcome all of you who have just joined us. This is All Things Podcast, where we discuss anything that is making headlines in the world and global events, global crisis. All Things Podcast coming live from South Africa, and we want to thank you all for joining us this morning. If you are joining us for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. Don't leave without subscribing. Our topic this morning is: you are in a relationship with a foreigner and you discover that this baby that you are in a relationship with, it's in the country illegally. Whether it's in Nigeria, whether it's in Malawi, whether it's in Mozambique, it doesn't matter. You are having a relationship with somebody who is in your country illegally. What do you do upon discovering that your lover is in the country illegally? What do you do? Do you report them to the police? Do you end the relationship? Do you alert the authorities, or you continue with your relationship with the person? What do you do? Lady Windrush says, depends on the nature of relationship. What do you mean, Lady Windrush? It depends on the nature of relationship. It's a romantic relationship, lady. Lady Wind, it's a romantic relationship. You are in a romantic relationship with this brother or this sister. What do you do? Dame Fall says, I like your English. It's very simple. Wolof Human Group in West Africa. Yeah. Thank you, Dame Fall. Thank you, Dame Fall. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. What do? You are in a relationship with a foreigner who is illegally in your country. You discover that during the relationship, that this brother, this sister is in the country illegally. What do? Do you end the relationship? Do you continue with the relationship? Do you report the person to the authorities? Or you dump the person and you distance yourself from that person? What do? Because once one person is in your country illegally, you're giving them shelter, you're spending time with them knowingly, it puts you in a dangerous space in terms of law. You know somebody committing a crime, you are living with somebody committing a crime. Each day they're in that country, they're committing a crime, and they're living with you. Is that not criminality? According to the law of every African state, okay? Not only in South Africa, but everywhere in Africa, we all have immigration law. And anyone housing an illegal immigrant, anyone protecting or hiding an illegal foreigner, illegal immigrant is committing a crime, because I'm assisting somebody who entered the country illegally, okay? I'm assisting them to hide in my house, in my space, and I have information about somebody committing crimes, and I am not reporting that person. What do? You are conflicted, obviously. You are conflicted, obviously. Dame Fall says laws must be respected, all right? Dame Fall says law must be respected. I guess when you say laws must be respected, you mean that you must report the person. Lady Windright says, if it has been a long-term relationship, not going to report. I would commit a crime. All right. Windright says, if it has been a long-term relationship, I'm not going to report the crime. I won't commit the crime. So you're saying if you have been in a relationship for a long time with this person and you love the relationship is good, you are in love with this person, you rather hide him in your house, you rather not report him to the authorities, you rather keep it a secret. All right. And the reason is that you love the person, I guess. The reason is because you love the person. The reason is because you want to be with the person. All right. I get it. So if you are in a relationship with a foreigner who is illegally in the country, you love them, they love you, you are living a good life with them, and everything is fine, you will not report that person to the authorities because you are living the right life. Dame Fall says, I speak French. Can I within French? Well, I don't know what you are saying, Dame Fall. Are you saying you speak French? Can you speak? You want to write in French or what? You want to greet us in French? Please be free. Be free. I'm sure there are people who speak French or who are able to read French. You are free, brother. You are free to do anything. Yes, you can write. You can write with French. No problem, brother. Be free. Be free. You can write with French. Anybody who knows French, they'll be able to read and understand. Be free, brother. Be free, brother. Yeah, ma'am. Nunyabiza says, what's right is right. What is right? In terms of what, yeah. Yeah says, yeah, ma'am says, mail it legally. Mail. You see, here's the thing. Sometimes we know what is right, okay? Sometimes we know what is right. Even the illegal foreigners, they know what is right. The problem is that sometimes it is difficult for us human beings to do what is right, okay? You welcome Dame Fall. Sometimes it is difficult for us people to do what is right. It is easy for us to do that which is wrong. It is so easy for us to do wrong things and difficult to do the right things, okay? You know, it's easy for you to cheat on your man. It is easy for you to cheat on your husband, on your wife, on your lady. It's easy, okay? Balad. Oh, sorry, Balad. Sorry, Balad. Balad says my cat died yesterday. Oh, man. Oh, condolences there to your lovely cat. We are sorry about that. Yamam says making it legal means taking the right process. All right. All right. All right. Make it legal. Make it legal. All right. I understand you now, Yamam. I understand. Oh, brother. All right. A cat that was 20 years. What kind of cat is that? Was it a lion? What is a lion? What is that? A normal cat? 20 years? Ooh. All right. Okay, so you make it legal, following the right process. So you're telling me that this illegal person that you are in a relationship with, whether it's a male or female, must start doing the right process to be legal in the country. I understand that. That is the solution. So young Mam Nunyabi's works says that if you discover that this person is in the country illegally, then it is time to make it legal. Start with the process. Start with fixing your documentation. Start following the right process so that you can be in the country legally. All right. We are sorry. Okay, she was 20, man. Sorry about your cat. Sorry about your cat. Lady Windright says, not going to betray that person. We are going to fight and find a way out. Loyalty is rare. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you, lady. Lady says, I'm not going to betray my lover. I'm in a relationship with this person because I love this person. Whether legally or illegally, they are my man. Whether legally or illegally, it's my lover. I will defend them. I will do everything in my power to make sure that we fix their status. All right, there is some love out there. And she says that loyalty is rare. Ooh, loyalty is rare indeed. Deezy Cox says, you forgot to take the trash out. It's been night. All right. The Deezy Cox, well, let that bin be taken care of. Let that bin be taken care of. All right. So I think Lady Windrush is raising a serious point. You know, loyalty is very rare today. Faithfulness is very rare today. And sometimes people are in a relationship for different reasons other than love. Many people are not in a relationship because of love. Many people are in a relationship because of this person can take care of them. This person can put food on the table. It's about what you bring to the table. So as long as you are able to bring something to the table, many people will want to be in a relationship with you, not because they love you, not because they care about you, but because they can live through you. They can have food through you. So most of the time, we see people in a relationship not because of love. It's because you can afford. It's because you can put food on the table. It's because you got a car. It's because anything they desire, anything they want, they can get it through you. In fact, they are looking for a provider more than a life partner. Most of the time, we're looking for a provider more than a life partner, more than somebody that we love. That is why it is easy to move from one person to another. If you were dating John and John only had one car, David come along, David has 4 cars. John will be dumped immediately for John, who appears to be more successful, for John, who appears to have more money in life. Okay, so it's more about lifestyle. What can this man get you? What can this lady get you? What can you benefit from this person? Let me take Lady Windright says, out of need. Yes. Yama Nunya Beeswax says, sad world. It's a sad world, my dear. It's a sad world because you may think you may be in love, genuinely in love with the person, but the person is not genuinely in love with you. The person, they are with you because of what you have. They are with you because of your house. They're with you because of your car. They're with you because of your job. They're with you because the title that you have as a doctor, they want to tell their family, I'm married to the doctor. Not just that, not that they love you. They love your status. They love your position. I'm married to a doctor. So this is the crisis we're in. All right? All right. Dame Fall says, in Africa, the problem is there no education. People don't know the process. There. Oh, I get you, Dame Fall. Dame Fall says people don't know the process, how to get these documentations or how to be in the country legally. Many people, they know that you can cross the border, and they just want to know where to cross the border, and they just cross the border, no process, nothing. Some, they don't even take it serious that they can be arrested. They can face jail time for being in the country illegally. Okay, I understand you, Dame Fall. A powerful point there. Ya Mun Nyatu B's what says, why the trusted person is worth more than the money. Yeah, ma'am. The trusted person is warm, it's worth more than money. It is rare to find a person you can be in love with and you are moneyed. The more money you have and you used here's another problem. There are people who are using their money, using their cars to get ladies, okay? To get ladies, to get a man, to get a woman. There are people who will drive an expensive car and go to the most beautiful lady. That most beautiful lady will be interested in the car. She just imagines herself inside that car, driving that car. She just imagines herself being your wife. Not because she loves you, but because of the things that you have. So most of the time, people are in relationship because of what their partner possesses, what their partner has. Yamam Nunya B's work says, that said, this is why I am single. All right. Young Mam Nyabi said, we are very lucky here in Australia. Like in Australia. So in Australia, you don't have scammers. Remember, guys, scammers don't only scam your bank account or scam you on your car. They can even, there are relationship scammers, okay? There are relationship scammers, and many foreigners have scammed our South African brothers and sisters. There are foreigners who married our sisters, and when the sister says, I am married to this foreigner, that foreigner will deny the sister like there's some piece of something you don't want to know, all right? They will deny them, I don't know this, she's lying, I've never met her. You understand that? Because they marry you, and after 2 months, 4 months, they divorce you. They already have their citizenship, because most of them, they marry you for the citizenship. Dame Fall says, thank you, help me to protect my English. I leave you. Brother, your English is very good. I can understand each and every message that you wrote, Dame Fall. Dame Fall, your English is good. Everything you wrote, I understand it. All right? So thank you so much. Thank you so much. You can be free to type in French. Be free, brother. Be free to talk to us in French. Not a problem. Not a problem. But your English is good. I understand you. I believe all of us, we understood Dame Fall. We understood Dame Fall. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. We love you. Subscribe to the channel. Don't go without subscribing. Lady Windrush says, the cost of living in the West is expensive. It takes 2 strong people to live relatively comfortable. Society is turned people greedy. That is true. That is true. That is true, Lady Windrush. That is true, Wendy. Lady Windrush, it is very true. You know, you can hardly survive with a single salary. You can hardly survive with one salary. You need everybody in the home. Both the man and the woman should have something to put on the table, even the children. So if you are 5 in the house, The only way the five of you can live a better life, a comfortable life, at least 3 out of 5 of you should be able to put food on the table. If you are focusing on one salary, you just are managing to live daily. You are not living a comfortable life. You are not enjoying life because of how life has become expensive. All right. Jack 484 says it's all about scamming and citizenship. No disrespect, but that part of African culture. And Jack 484, you are not telling lies. You are telling the truth. For many foreigners, the reason they are marrying our sisters, the reason they are marrying our brothers is for citizenship, nothing else. The moment they get the citizenship, they dump you. So as somebody who sees this man who proposed to you, this man who loves you like nobody has ever loved you, that man may be scamming you. That man may be pulling the biggest scam of your life. They will impregnate you. They will give you kids. But when this man goes home, he has a wife at home. He has children at home. Most of them, they not only have one wife, they've got 2 wives. But here in South Africa, they are married to you. So most of them, what they do is that in the countries where they come from, they don't have to go to the Home Affairs to be married where they come from. They are married culturally. They do cultural marriage, not recognized by the government. They are not married in the system. And they come to South Africa or come to their country or country and they marry you. And when they are married in South Africa, but when they go out back to their country, they are single and not married. And you think it's your husband, you and you alone. No, it's not your husband. It's not you and you alone. It's husband. It's your husband and other 2 women, wherever they're coming from. That is why each and every person must be in the country legally. So when they're in the country legally, we will know whether this person is married where he's coming from or not married. We'll know whether this person is a criminal where he comes from or is not a criminal. Because most of our sisters are dating and in relationships with murderers, are dating and are in a relationship with rapists, are dating and with relationship with dangerous people from other countries who ran away from their countries and they come to ours. And we house them, we accommodate them, we allow them to run businesses, we allow them to own whatever properties that they're owning. We allow them to integrate in our communities. We allow them to be fathers. We allow them to be mothers. We allow them to be part of our communities. Where they come from, they are the most wanted criminals. They're hiding in our communities. That is why they come without identity. That is why they come illegally. Because if they were to come legally, they were going to be intercepted in the border. They were going to be arrested. Interpol will be able to catch them. But because they are aware that they are wanted in their country, in their system, they've been flagged as the most wanted for murder, for rape, for car hijacking, for killing, for stealing, for all these type of crimes. They are needed, they are wanted in their own country. So they enter your country illegally. The fact that they've been living with you for the past 4 years, for the past 6 years, it doesn't take away the crimes that they've committed. Yes, they may have been living a crime-free life with you. They may have been living the most beautiful life, but they are wanted as murderers, rapists, thieves. They are wanted. And so the dangers of being in a relationship with an illegal foreigner, illegal immigrant, the dangers of being in a romantic relationship with illegal immigrants, the dangers of even having babies with them, the dangers of even marrying them is that you could be dating a murderer, you could be dating a rapist, you could be dating a terrorist, you could be dating a dangerous person unknown to you. How do you verify this person is legit? How do you verify this person is good? You cannot do that. So as much as you may love these illegal foreigners, you may be in love with them, you may be having good relationship with them, it doesn't mean you are safe. Yes, not all of them are bad. We cannot take that away from them. Not all of them are bad, not all of them are terrible, not all of them are dangerous. Some of them are dangerous. Lady Windright says, you have to have the whole armor of God on. Well, lady, you said you must have the armor of God on. Lady, let's put another aspect into this debate or into this talk, lady. Now, Christians are law-abiding citizens. So as a Christian, and you know, Derek, welcome, Derek 1981. Who are them that you speak of? I'm speaking of illegal foreigners, illegal immigrants all over the world. I'm speaking about illegal foreigners, illegal immigrants all over the world, that when they come to our nations illegally and they begin to have relationship with us, they begin to have romantic relationship, they begin to have babies with our sisters, have babies with our brothers. The topic is, when we discover that they are illegally, what should we do? Do we report them or we don't report them? Do we dump them or we continue our romantic relationship with them, knowing they're in the country illegally? And the dangers of somebody being in the country illegally is that you do not have their records. You do not know where they come from. They were running away from the law. Where they come from, they were running away from the police. We know that many of the, especially males, many of the illegal foreign males, we know that most of them, they're running away from the law. They have killed, they've raped, they've kidnapped. Some are terrorists, okay? Some are wanted by the law enforcement in their country. And then they skipped the country and entered our nations. So we're talking based on that. Only illegal foreigners. We are not discussing foreigners who are in the countries legally. We talk about foreigners without documentation, foreigners without proper permits, without proper visas. We are talking about those. When we discover that here is my lover, here is a person I'm in a relationship with, here is a person who is the mother of my child, a person who is the father of my child, they are in the country illegally. I don't know who they are. I don't know whether they are a clean person, where they come from. I don't know whether they're a robber, where they come from, or they're a member of a terrorist organization. I don't know whether they belong to Boko Haram, whether they belong to Al-Qaeda, whether they belong to Hamas. I don't know who this person is, but I'm in a relationship with them and I'm pregnant with their child. I am raising their child. What do you do upon learning that these person I'm in a relationship with, it's in my country illegally? And they won't tell me the reasons why they're in my country. And they won't tell me exactly where they come from. They won't talk about their brothers. They won't talk about their mothers. They won't talk about any member of their families. Because most illegal foreigners, they don't share the correct information about where they come from, exactly where they come from. Most of them, they tell you, my mother is dead, my father is dead, I'm the only one remaining. Most illegal foreigners, they claim to be orphans, to be fatherless, motherless, brotherless. They have no family, they have no one. Most of them, they tell you, I'm the only one remaining of my family. All of them have been killed. I was not killed because I was outside the country. So they're all dead. I have no one to go back to. And once they tell you that they're the only one surviving in their family, what more questions can you ask? What more questions can you ask? You cannot ask anything. You feel bad for the person. Your sympathy for the person becomes overwhelming. You feel like this person must be protected. This person must be cared. When you ask questions, you feel like you're abusing them. You feel as if this person has already gone through a lot in the world. Let's give him some space to breathe. Derek says, I understand. We deal with this a lot in America. Yeah, it's happening all over the world, Derek. It's happening all over the world, Derek. All over the world. Well, should Christians also, okay, how should Christians behave? Because Christians are supposed to be law-abiding citizens, all right? How should Christian behave? Lio says it's one-way love, one-way love. Lio, oh brother, it's one-way love, eh? All right, I get you. How should Christians behave? Should Christians also be in a relationship with somebody who is in the country illegally? Should Christians also marry people who are in the country illegally? Or as a Christian, you are not supposed to be part of any illegality? How should Christians behave? Does somebody know how Christians should behave? Those who fear God. When it comes to illegal foreigners, how are Christians supposed to treat them? How are Christians supposed to behave? As a Christian, the moment you see somebody who is an illegal foreigner, how should that Christian behave? Lady Windrush says, that question is for me. Windrush, that question is for you, lady. Honorable lady, your highness, that question is for you. How should Christians behave when it comes to illegal foreigners? John COG, welcome, and thank you so much for joining us. John COG says the laws of God are greater than the laws of men. That's a powerful statement, Mr. John. John, that's a powerful statement. The laws of God are greater than the laws of men. I think I need to clap for that. All right, how should Christians behave? How should Christians behave? Lio says, lady, do you visit church? Lady, do you visit church? Lio asks, lady, do you visit church? How should Christians behave? How should Christians treat immigrants? Oh, Lio, lady says yes, she visits a church. Lady Windrush says, I really move around people I am quickly yoked with. Okay, I really move around people I am quickly yoked with. All right. How should Christians behave? How should Christians treat illegal immigrants, illegal foreigners? How should Christians behave? Lio says, Bible study school has potential mates. Yeah. Of course. You know, because, and the reason I'm asking, 14 years? The reason I'm asking how Christians should behave is because Christians are supposed to be the people of the highest moral standards, okay? Christians are expected, or they okay, let me take John. John says Christians are called to love everyone, but we are not called to be a doormat. Oh, boo! Master John, you are dangerous, brother. Master John, you're dangerous, brother. John says Christians are called to love everyone, but we are not called to be doormats. Woo! Matsohi Grace. Matsohi Grace, it's been a long time. Welcome back. We missed you. Where have you been? I believe I haven't seen you for the past 3 weeks. Woo! It's been a long time. I think the whole of April. I didn't see you, Matsohi Grace. Welcome. And thank you for joining us. Yes, John says Christians are not to be doormats. In other words, as much as we're about to love everybody, as much as we are to care for everyone, to protect, to love them, we are not to be doormats. In other words, it's simply saying we cannot be abused simply because we are Christians. Oh, brother, we cannot be abused simply because we are Christians. Even in the face of illegality, as Christians, we are supposed to turn a blind eye and say, oh, we are to love everybody. Here are people breaking the law. Oh, we are to love everybody. Woo! All right. Motohi Grace, thank you so much. Says I've been on prayer and happy to be back. Thank you, brother. John says, yes, brother. Yes, brother. That's exactly what I mean. Lady Windright says, Moses murdered but was blessed and highly favored by God. Lady Windright, yeah. What were the circumstances of Moses? What were the circumstances of Moses? Now I understand you, but the fact that Christians are commanded to love one another, they are not to love blindly, and they are not to love blindly like John is saying. Says as much as they are to love one another, they are not to be doormats, they are not to be abused, they are not to turn a blind eye to illegality. They need to know that also there are laws. In fact, Christians, they have the 10 commandments which they have to obey. And the Constitution is another document akin to the laws. So Christians are expected to abide by the laws of the land. You cannot break the law of the land simply because God commands you to love, God commands you to protect. It's like if you're a criminal, it's running away from the law, and the criminal end up in your house, and you hide that criminal. You cannot say, as a Christian, I will not tell the police that this rapist, this murderer, this thief is inside my house. I will hide them because I'm commanded to love them. Handing over the person to the police, it will be me not exercising love. So in order to show the criminal that I love the criminal, I will not report the criminality of the criminal to the police because God expects me to love. That will be criminality on its own. So yes, we are not to love blindly. John says, Kevin, welcome, brother. Kevin says, do you know Alexander Volkanovsk? Oh, well, I do not know Alexander Volkanovsk, but the name sounds familiar. But I do not know the person. John says, I believe Moses killed, but did not murder. All right, John, brother, you believe Moses killed, but did not murder. Explain that, John. John, explain the difference between killing and murdering. Lio says Moses was the one who parted the sea. Yes, Lio, Moses is the one who parted the sea. Lady Windright says if the person is a criminal, that's completely different. So if the person is a criminal, they must be reported. Okay, what about if the person has committed criminality? What about if the person has committed a criminal offense, like entering a country without papers? Must you not report them because they've committed a crime? It's a crime to enter a country without papers, without documentation, to enter the country illegally. So if a Christian knows somebody who has entered the country illegally, what must a Christian do? It's a crime. It's illegal. It's a crime. You are committing a crime if you enter any nation illegally. If the person is a criminal, that's completely different. And mind my own business. All right. Lady Windrush, I love you. She says, mind my own business. Rocky Natron says prison. Rocky Natron, welcome, brother. Rocky says, I'm going to send them to prison. I'm going to send them to prison. It don't matter whether I'm a Christian or not. I'm sending you to prison. You have violated the law. You have violated the law. John says murder is premeditated, killing with malice. Woo! John, I knew you're going to come back and kick. I knew you're going to come back and kick. Murder is premeditated, killing with malice. So I thank you, John. Thank you, John. So John said Moses killed, but did not murder. And he says murder is premeditated. Murder is something you plan. Murder is something that you prepared. You've decided to do. Premeditated. Killing. It was not planned. You were not planning it. You had no intentions to kill. It was an accident. It happened. It was not something that you wanted to do. So Moses did not wake up in the morning and said, I'm going to kill that Egyptian. Moses did not wake up one morning and said, I must kill that Egyptian. Moses was trying to stop a war between those that were fighting. And unfortunately, one had to lose their lives in that regard. It was not premeditated. It was not planned. So Moses did not kill with intentions, all right? It was not intention. It was not intentional. And by the way, he confessed his sins. He was forgiven. He was forgiven. He was forgiven. All right. So you see, here's the thing. We need to separate our feelings. We need to separate our feelings, how we feel about matters, how we feel about things. Separate our feelings from the law, whether it's the law of God or the law of the land. The moment we take how we feel about events or how we feel about things, it is the moment we're going to be fair judges or be fair analysis of the matters. Each and every law, whether it's Bible, is the law from the Bible, must be respected and obeyed. You cannot be calling people to obey the Bible while you are encouraging them to disobey the Constitution. All right, to obey the Constitution. As a Christians, you are expected to tell people to obey the rules of God, to obey the laws of God. And you are failing to obey the laws of the state, the laws of the country. How can people take you serious when you tell them that God has laws and the laws of God must be respected, when they see you clearly breaking the law of the state, breaking the Constitution? So as the Christians, we should be the ones who are protecting not only the laws of God, but also be seen to be abiding by the law of the state, so that when we tell people about the law of God, they cannot find us wanting when it comes to the law of the state. Okay? When it comes to the law of the state. So, because the Constitution says don't kill, don't steal. Stealing, killing, raping, murdering, it's a crime. The same Bible says killing, stealing, murdering, it's a sin. Okay? The Constitution says it's a crime. The Bible says it's a sin. This is the difference. Raping, it's a sin. Constitution, raping, it's a crime. Killing, it's a sin. Constitution, killing, it's a crime. You understand? So the government laws says what the Bible says is a sin. The government laws says it's crime. So as a Christian, you ought to obey and abide by the laws of the state, so that when you speak, when you preach, because there's no difference between the law of the state and the laws of God. I know that today some states have gone so far to even allow things the Bible doesn't allow, like same-sex marriage, okay? Things that the Bible is totally against. The nations of the world today are allowing that. So when it comes to that, a Christian must follow the Bible. Okay, when it comes to homosexuality, same-sex marriage, a Christian must stand by the Bible to say, well, the one who created us, He created male and female. He said a man will leave his father and his mother and be joined together to his wife, and the two becomes one. So when it comes to such a law, a Christian is expected to stick with what the Bible calls sin. John says, love the Lord our God with all your heart, your soul, and your strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. That is true. Abortion also is against God's will. That is true. Again, abortion is against God's will. As much as the countries, the nations are for abortion, as a Christian, you stand against abortion because that is killing. It is just given a nice name, abortion, but it is killing. In fact, it is murder because you plan to commit abortion. Nobody commits abortion by a mistake. You plan, you pay for it, you book an appointment for it, you know when you are going to do it, where you are going to do it, and the reasons why you're doing it. So abortion is premeditated murder. I feel you, Brother John. Lyle says, I follow the tile. Oh, Lady Windright says, amen. Lyle says, what if it's an abortion for medical reasons? Brother, it's a dream. You know, Lyle, many people, 99.9% of people who committed abortion, each and every abortion, it is declared medical reasons. There is no abortion that is committed and it is not claimed that it's medical reasons. You look at the people who have aborted so far, none of them it has anything to do with medical conditions. People are aborting because the government has allowed them to abort, not because of medical. Listen, there is no qualification for aborting a baby. Anybody must abort. So it's a scam to say that it's for medical reasons. They want to make it acceptable. It's a scam. Medical reasons, it's a scam. 99% of people aborting, it has nothing to do with medical reasons. It's a scam. Lyle says, would you be open to reading the Gospel of John? Lyle says, I'm open. What verses? John says, Lyle, I would recommend reading that one full gospel. The entire book of John. Oh, brother. You see, Lyle, brother. Lyle, brother. We know that there are people who are raped. We know that there are people who are impregnated by their own fathers, by their own brothers, by their own grandfathers. We know that. We cannot run away from that. We know people who their own fathers are molesting their girls. And when the girl is pregnant, and the father will force the girl to commit abortion because he will be exposed as the father of his, I don't know whether he's a grandfather because it's his son. I mean, it's your daughter. I mean, oh man, this is messed up. This is messed up. To think about it, it's even nonsense. It's not. Okay. Let me leave it. It's even crazy thinking about it. Let me leave it. Okay. But the abortion is committed not for medical purposes by 99% of the people committing abortion. The boyfriend will dump them after they say they are pregnant, and in order to punish the boyfriend, they will just commit abortion. You impregnated me and you are dumping me, commit abortion. The boyfriend will cheat. She discovered that the boyfriend cheated. They commit abortion. They commit abortion for petty reasons, okay? Petty reasons. Some are prostitute. They commit abortion so that they can continue in prostitution. Because once she's pregnant, she'll be out of business, all right? So they just commit abortion. Majority of people committing abortion, it has nothing to do with medical conditions or medical reasons. It is just so that they can get rid of it, so that they can remain free, do whatever they want to do. Some, they know that their parents will drop them out of college. Some, they want to graduate. Some, they want to go to university. Some, it's all wrong reasons that they're using for committing abortion. 99% of the people committing abortion, it's no medical reasons whatsoever. People, Motsuhi Gray says so wrong. Lio says people tend to adopt dogs more than, ooh, Lio, that's powerful. That's powerful. People tend to adopt dogs more than orphan kids. Exactly. 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 It's a trend. Many people rather be with animals than be with human beings. I don't know. Maybe it's their love for pets. I don't know. And many, especially, they treat these they treat these animals better than they treat their fellow human beings. John says that is powerful and upsetting at the same time. That is true, brother. That is true, brother. So we need to remember, guys. Remember the other time we spoke about population control, and we said that the powers that be. Lady Windright says controversial topic. Oh yes, oh yes. I agree with you. The other time we spoke about the population control, and we discovered almost 6 ways in which they're using to control the population. And when we talk about population control, we're talking about decreasing the number of people on the planet. Okay, we are sitting at 8 point something billion today, and the powers that be claim that the number of the population must be reduced to 500 million people on earth. 500 million people. So they must kill us. They must kill 8 billion people in order to control the population. Okay, so population control is done through food poisoning. Our foods are poisoned. We have genetic modified food, GMO food. We have chemicals in our food. Our foods are daily poisoned with dangerous chemicals to shorten our lives. Okay, our water system are being poisoned. Okay, the water that you drink, the tap water, is being poisoned with deadly chemicals to destroy your kidneys, to destroy your lungs, to destroy your bladder, to destroy any system in your body. They're also using chemtrails, chemicals spraying the atmosphere. Those things that the airplanes are spraying on the sky, those chemicals are designed to destroy our farms, our vegetations, our fruits, okay? So that we are starved to hunger. And also those chemtrails being sprayed on the sky are designed to destroy our lungs, to attack our lungs, to attack our system, so that we die early, we die young, all right? Another weapon they're using is the very controversial topic lately, Windrush, abortion. They're using abortion to control the population. I can tell you, billions of children have been aborted so far. Billions of children have been aborted so far. Okay? There are more babies being aborted than babies who are being birthed. More babies are aborted than more babies being birthed, okay? Because there are a lot of illegal clinics that are doing illegal abortions, all right? So the fourth one is abortion. The fifth one is medicine. They're using medication to control population. Ask yourself, somebody has been taking medication for a certain disease for the past 15 years. Till today, they have not been cured from that disease. How can you take medication for 30 years, medication for 20 years, and still you are not freed from the disease you've been taking medication for the past 30 years for? So it shows you that the medical world or the medicine is not designed to cure. It is not designed to heal you. It is designed to keep you sick, and designed to make it impossible for you to live without the medication. So a lot of us depends on the medication to control your high blood, to control your diabetes, to control whatever disease you have. You cannot live without the medication. So that's how they control us. Almost 80% of the world's population are on drugs. The whole world is on drugs. In fact, we are all drug addicts. If you are taking drugs for high blood, you are on drugs. Taking drugs for any sickness, the whole world is on drugs. It's just that it's official drugs. But all of us, we are on drugs. Because you go to the hospital, you are given drugs. You go to the doctor, you are given drugs. Wherever you go, our medicine today is just drugs. And those drugs are not giving us what we're expecting. We're expecting to be free, we're expecting to be cured, we're expecting to be healed, but nobody has ever been completely healed by the drugs we receive from the hospital. We are simply drug addicts. We must go month after month, we must go collect our drugs, we must go collect our medication. All of us who have been made drug addicts. Every sickness, drug, it don't matter how small it is. You cannot go to a hospital, you cannot go to a hospital and come out without drugs. They will give you drugs inside the hospital and give you drugs to take with you at home. That is our medical system globally. Globally. Let me check the comments. Lio says, Lady Life is responding to Lady Windright says, Lady Life is a controversy. Lio says, glyphosate, fluoride, bromine, aluminum, heavy metals, and those are the ones that are spraying on the atmosphere. The glyphosate, the fluoride, the bromine, the aluminum, heavy metals, these are the chemicals that are being sprayed on the atmosphere. Thank you, Lio. Thank you, Lio. DDT that they still use on crops for pest control is poison. Exactly, Lio. John says, yes, so true. Only God can heal. Yes, John, only God can bring total healing. Lio says, my drug is mindfulness. I love you, brother. I love you, brother. Lady Windrush says, these are only humans. They are not God. Their ability is limited. Motohi Gray says, we don't trust God enough. Lady Windrush, it is not because their ability is limited. They're not giving us drugs because their ability is limited. They are giving us drugs because they make money through drugs. Anybody who has a cure for any disease is arrested or killed. There were many people who discovered how to cure cancer completely in 3 weeks. Those doctors were killed. Those doctors were murdered. Those doctors disappeared. In this world, if you are able to cure completely any disease, any sicknesses, the people who are selling drugs, the people who are making money off the drugs will get rid of you. Drugs, it's not about healing. It is not about anything. It is about making money. Lady Windrush, if you owned a pharmaceutical firm, if you owned a company that was producing the drugs for HIV or drugs for cancer, and somebody brings about a cure for cancer, then people no longer need your drugs. You're gonna go broke. Who is your enemy? Your enemy is the person who discovered the cure for cancer, which has nothing to do with your drugs. So you'll be out of business because of the person who discovered the cure for drugs. And everyone who was benefiting from the cancer treatment, cancer medication, all of a sudden they're out of business. It's all about money. It has nothing to do with the limited ability, Your Highness, your leadership. Your leadership, it has nothing to do with the ability, limited ability. They choose to have it so. All right. So we spoke about a lot. We spoke about, can you marry? Should you marry somebody who is in the country illegally? Or you should not marry somebody who is in the country illegally? Those of you, Motohi Grace says, only God can heal. Yes, only God can heal. That is true. But God has also given us natural remedies, okay? God has also given us natural remedies. John says, the love of money is the root of all evil. Exactly. The love of money is the root of all evil. All right. As we conclude, I want to thank you all for joining us today. Thank you all for participating. You have been a blessing. It has been good to be with you, John, Motohi Grace, Lady Windrush, Layo, all of you. It has been great having you this morning. Let me thank you so much for your time, for being with us. It's time for us to call it a day. Will not be long. Today we are cutting it off here, and thank you so much. Do not leave without subscribing. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Let us meet again tomorrow. John says, brother, thank you so much for your time. You have encouraged and lifted me. Oh, thank you, Mr. John. May God bless you too. Motsohi Grace says, thank you, sir. May God keep you. Thank you, Motsohi Grace, and thank you to all. Thank you, Layo. Thank you, Lady, Your Highness. Subscribe to the channel. Do not leave without subscribing. Let us meet tomorrow. We are to be law-abiding citizens, all of us. Thank you, Lady Windrush. Thank you, Lady Windrush. A blessed week to you too. Blessings to you all. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Do not leave without subscribing. Thank you. I am out of here.